not, I'm gonna have to start slamming on. I'm not okay with that. No, you know what? I'm not okay. I'm not okay with that.
Clinging to my
If you can't face it, you're not gonna find everyone's way.
I cannot tell you how angry that video makes me. This is a woman apparently being filmed in Pennsylvania by a Ring doorbell who is so infuriated by the fact that the Ring doorbell exists that she goes onto their property and tries to destroy the camera. Now, thankfully, in this case, look, the follow-up footage that we have maybe makes us feel a little bit better. I don't know. Take a look at this. So yeah, you can see there she was eventually approached by police. She's like, I don't know exactly, Brett, you have a Ring camera, right? I don't know how expensive they are, but it is $10.
That's not my brand. It's not my brand, okay. But what?
Like going onto someone's property and trying to destroy what is intended to be like a defensive device. It's supposed to protect the property in some cases from things like that, honestly. The fact that you casually walking by would take it so personally that you believe it is your job to destroy the camera is madness.
It depends. A lot of this depends on like where physically you are, the nature of that community and whatnot. Reasonable expectations of privacy, and I think reasonable expectations of privacy would be what governs this. You do not have the reasonable expectation of privacy if you're walking down the street,
a random sidewalk.
And and there's this other thing where people think, well, I was in the right morally, so I can do X, Y, and Z. Well, if X, Y, and Z involves going onto someone else's property and damaging that other person's property, that doesn't put you in the right. That is an overreaction, and that is breaking the law. So she should have been arrested for that. I understand that we're increasingly in a surveillance state, and when it comes to the state itself, violating your privacy, but there's a ton of different ways Ring doorbells can be used in ways that are in compliance with the law, and a ton of ways that they can be used that are not in compliance with the law. If you point in from your property into someone else's property, and it was not reasonably, like if they're doing something really creepy, then there's a boundary there, but it's not exactly where you think it is either. And that's why I think it is insane that she went into this.
Yeah, it's an amazing choice to make, considering that the thing you're approaching to destroy is literally a camera. Like her face was perfectly recognizable. The camera did its job, I guess.
You can see what she's thinking. She's like, well, I'm not gonna break it. I'm just gonna change where it's at. I'm gonna do it. So they can't get mad at me for that. No, you cannot outsmart the law like that, lady. I mean, it's better than if you absolutely destroyed it, but it's still not good and it's still not legal,
I suppose.
In my way,
I'm gonna jump ahead slightly. There are reasons to potentially have problems with things like this, public surveillance, including Ring, by the way. Dozens of people sued Amazon's Ring after a camera hack led to threats and racial slurs. The fact that it could be hacked like that, that's obviously kind of scary. Also, I think it's weird that apparently it markets itself around partnering with law enforcement around things about domestic abuse. I mean, potentially if it's saving people, I don't know. It just, to me, it's not your job. It's so weird to see more and more people thinking that there's no limit to what they should personally get involved in. I don't know. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.